songs of Martin Page, all day, all night, forever. So grab a cup of tea, settle down with us in the Owl's Nest. Episode 48. Episode 48. Getting very near to the big number of 50. Thank you for joining me in Radio Owlsnest Studios here, where it's all nice and cozy and warm. Hope you've got a cup of tea, 3 bottles of whiskey, marijuana, and your injections. And you'll be okay. I think you'll get through it. Lovely, Phil.
It is a fact.
What?
That human consciousness can affect machinery.
No way. No way. But I do know what affects the human heart. Now and then, it's good songs. And I'm not sure you're going to hear all the good songs here today, but that's what it's about. My Radio Owlsnest show is about me as a songwriter. It's a songwriter's podcast. I go back, it's a retro show, very retro. I go back to all the years that I've been writing songs. And some of them they love, some of them they hate. We built this city, for goodness sake. I mean, they say it's the worst song written in mankind's history. I'm very proud of that somehow. Anyway, it is a songwriter's podcast, and what I do is go back into the vaults of my demos, back into the archives to find tracks that I think you might find interesting. I certainly do, and I'm going to start the show off with a ballad. Yes, going to slow it right down at the beginning here. I was asked to write a lot of songs for movies, and this song is called You're the Reason, and I know I wrote it for a magnificently huge big film which I have no memory of at all, but then I am very old. It's quite embarrassing. I can't remember what movie I wrote it for, but I do know I wrote it for a movie, and it had that wonderful epic feeling about it that you had to achieve in those days, those David Foster kind of ballads. Before I say any more, let me play you this demo I did at home for a movie I really can't remember.
Strong, babe. as simple as this. You're my reason to
That's the home demo of a song called You're the Reason, written for a film. I just can't remember what movie it was. I haven't played this song for a very long time, actually ages. I have no idea when, I think it was the late 90s, I believe. And at that time, when you're writing for movies, you used to hire session singers. And I remember calling my manager, Diane Poncher, and saying, I need a really good female singer. And we went to get a singer that Diane Warren had used many times and on most of her hits. So this lady came to my house. I can remember the session really well. I can remember it, but I can't remember her name, which is embarrassing again. I'm so old. So I'm going to call my manager, Diane Poncher, and see if she can remember, look back into the pages of time to see who that session singer was, because I think she did a quite beautiful job. That's Brian Fairweather playing blues guitar throughout the demo, and I'm very happy with the chords and the melody and some of the emotion of the track. Obviously, when you do something so quickly, you don't really finish the job totally as you would love, but in general, I think there was a lot of soul there. I'd have liked to have made the choruses on the end just stay high and not drop back so early. I'd like to have just gone out on a high pitch. That's what I feel now as a younger man at this late age. And bloody hell, what was the film I wrote this for? If any of you out there know that, please let me know, because I don't. Now for something completely different. Me working with Bernie Taupin. A track called Backbone. John Mellencamp lives.
Every day I've woken up long before the sun. Never cared for politics, I've never voted once. Worked in clay and marble, place your family's eating from. And I've always needed backbone in everything I've done. Never been a clever man, I've never had my say. All I ask is honesty for all the tax I've paid. Sown the seed out in the fields and grew the wheat and corn. And I've always needed backbone in everything I've done. I've always needed backbone and got along somehow. But the pressures of this modern world test my patience now. We're helpless and our hands are tied. They've melted down our plows. And it seems to me that no one needs our backbone now. Raised my kids and kept my wife the right and proper way. Families don't pull together, they just pull away. Bound the books that you have read and handed to your sons. And I've always needed backbone in everything I've done. I've always needed backbone and got along somehow. But the pressures of this modern world test my patience now. We're helpless and our hands are tied. They've melted down our plows. And it seems to me
Well, that was something completely different, wasn't it?
That's Bernie singing.
After writing These Dreams and We Built the City with Bernie Taupin, he said to me, I need to make a solo record and I want you to produce it and write the songs with me. So I did. And this is one of the tracks called Backbone that we took into the studio to actually get the deal with RCA. It wasn't actually used on the album, but used as a B-side. This was one of the tracks that actually got Bernie his solo record deal with RCA. God, memories. What I do now feel, listening back here, is that Bernie always had that rural country feel. If you look into his later career, working with the Farm Dogs, I think Backbone would have been a good Farm Dogs record. Lucky to work with Bill Bottrell, the great engineer who worked with Michael Jackson and Sheryl Crow, and he did the 3 demos I think we did to get the deal with RCA, and you can hear that he has such a great sense of bass and Rolling Stones kind of rock and roll vibe. I mean, he made everything feel very rich and dirty and raw. And that's what Bill Bottrell brought to the project. I remember that we had Craig Cramph, the drummer with Kim Carnes, playing drums on this, along with my drum machine programming. I produced this track and played the bass guitar. Paul Fox, a great keyboard player who produced XTC, an album called Oranges and Lemons, a pretty amazing album. He played keyboards, and the wonderful gospel singing around Bernie and all the scats is Sylvia St. James. So, we had a great team involved with Bernie. We made the album called Tribe altogether. That is Brian Fairweather playing those Rolling Stones kind of guitars. We were a family, and that's why Bernie Taupin called the album Tribe. He felt like that's a good title for a family that are making something organic. Good times in 1987. Let's go to Scotland. Here's a demo I did on 16 tracks, thinking about Simple Minds, Tin Lizzy, and Rod Stewart. A demo called My Heart Is Home Again.
My heart is home again. I hear what my true love says. It's been too long this boy has strayed. Been far too long I've been away. Now my eyes are looking back home again. I remember her sweet words. Someday love you will return to the place where our passion burned, and I know I will see you again. And my heart is beating like a drum, my lady. I see my Celtic home, and the fields of heather, they will bear me welcome. Embrace my native soul. Wrap your arms around me, I will be your lover. With my lover I will stay. My heart is home again. Ever since that day that I left, I have felt this longing in my breast. Now I know that I will not rest till I make my way back to you. And my heart is beating like a drum, my lady. I see my Celtic home, and the fields of heather, they will bear me welcome. Embrace my native soul. Wrap your arms around me, I will be your lover. With my lover I will lay. My heart is home again. And the wild, wild beauty of this place I was born. And Lord, I swear I could not love you more. And my spirit is free as my feet touch your shore. I will see you again. Alright, alright, alright.
Like Braveheart. That's a demo, a 16-track demo, I believe, from the 2000s. My Heart is Home Again. Me being very, very Celtic and Celtic and in my very Gaelic mode, which I tend to go to now and then. I think even In the House of Stone and Light has elements of that, and I know my fans know that I lean back to that. I don't know why. I'm a Southampton boy. I wasn't born up north, but I still do feel the resonance of... and I like working with the Scottish musicians. Hamish Stewart from the Average White Band and Paul McCartney. Loved writing with Hamish. Must play you a demo we did together, a couple of demos actually, and of course the Blue Nile, the boys, and Paul Joseph Moore doing lovely keyboards on a lot of my records and things that I produce. So I'm very attracted. And Brian Fairweather, my goodness me, my partner from the Qfield days, a Scotsman as well, and I've never forgiven him for that. Never will either. That's a demo. I feel quite brave, like I said, like Braveheart, playing that because it's undone. I didn't finish it. My manager, Diane Poncho, told me that's got potential, you should finish it. And now I'm sort of looking into the depths of the archives and going, I wonder why I didn't finish that. That's sort of no guitars on it, which we really need, because we need that big country kind of vibe. But there we are, scraping the barrels there of the Celtic demos for Rod Stewart. My Heart is Home Again. Now the grand music. And I'll tell you what, I called my manager, and Diane knew the first song we played today, what film it was written for, who sang the demo, and everything about it. Thank you, Diane. I have to say, heralding music, because I do have the results of the first song we played on this show. You Are the Reason. I had no idea what that ballad, well, the film, the ballad, was written for. I had no idea the singer. I remember her, a lovely lady, but I couldn't remember her name. Now, when I called Diane, she said, we have the details of that. We don't forget anything here at the Martin Page Archives. So here are the results. That song, the first song on Radio Owlsnest, episode 48, You Are the Reason, it was written for the movie Con Air. I knew it was a big movie, Con Air, in 1997. Jerry Bruckheimer, you know, that producer that had explosions every 20 seconds in every movie. Yes, a big film. Nicolas Cage. That sounded good. I didn't really plan that, but it did sound good. Nicolas Cage in reverb sounded good. Yes, he was in it. And the lady that sang the demo, she was a session singer that worked all around Los Angeles at that time and worked with Diane Warren. But before that, she's really well known for working with Prince. And her name is Sue Ann Carwell. Sue Ann Carwell. Sorry, Sue, for forgetting your name and forgetting the movie Con Air. The song did not get into the movie, and because it didn't have enough explosions in it. You needed an explosion every 30 seconds, and I didn't achieve that. But that's the facts from my manager and the offices of the archives. It is Con Air, 1997. I wrote a song called You're the Reason. Jerry Bruckheimer's film. Nicolas Cage, no reverb there, and Sue Ann Carwell sang the demo. There you go. And that's the paper I'm reading it from. Onwards. Lovely to get all the facts, isn't it? Thank you, Diane. She saved the bloody day yet again. But here at Radio Owlsnest, knowledge, wisdom, the truth, forgetfulness, dementia, utter nonsense. You'll get it all here. We're here to lead you astray. Now, I just found this under bounced files in my Pro Tools hard drive, a pre-mix of the song called Try from my album In the Temple of the Muse. This was just before the master was made, so it's a little different. Here's the pre-mix of Try.
So the party's over, it's time to turn out the lights. Of nowhere, empty songs, empty nights. Upstairs you're crying, oh in love, we're caught in the rain. Baby, just try to trust your heart. Paper angel falling face down in the snow, dreamless and frozen when all you wanted was a hand to hold. Tired of being broken, I'll lay you down in roses blue. Is it okay to say, hey, I love you? Baby, just try. Hold your head up high. Baby, just try to trust your heart. Baby, just try. Let love open your eyes. Baby, just try to trust your heart. And one day you'll find yourself walking home in a brand new skin, a notice soul. Just let your sad eyes melt into mine. Baby, it'll be alright. And scatter the ashes of the moon. Oh, in love, all things renew. Just let your sad eyes melt into mine. Baby, it'll be alright. Baby, just try. Unfold your wings and fly. Baby, just try to trust your heart. And when you hide behind the door, when you just can't feel anymore, baby, just try to trust your heart. Baby, just try.
That's a song of mine called Try from the album In the Temple of the Muse from 2008, and that's track 4. That's a pre-mix, and a pre-mix is the mix I would do maybe a week or 2 or 3 days before it's the final mix, where I'm beginning to find where I really want to finish with the track. A pre-mix to me is really important because that's the place where you know you're near but not quite there. And I would listen to a pre-mix maybe for hours and hours and hours, and the big test was me having a bath, laying in the bath and listening from a distance to the music downstairs and making my judgments. The odd things we do, the routines we have to try and find out what is utter perfection. And as a songwriter, you never get it right, you never reach perfection. But there we are. I have been, grovelling down there in the lower depths of the archives of Mr. Page. Nice to find that. The pre-mix of Try, some things a little bit different from the final mix. Hope you enjoyed it. Well, my lovely OwlHeads, right in the middle of the show here. It's 30 minutes and 26 seconds. We usually do a riff here, just me talking about my life, but this is going to be going back to the past. We are going to go back to doing a quiz. Do you remember the quizzes we used to do? You obviously do. Joseph Kaczynski, yes, one of the greatest supporters of mine, he suffered... Why is the echo on? Sounds quite good, though. It sounded quite good. Joseph was taken away in a white van, after answering so many questions to my quizzes back in the day. But he's out. They let him go. And he's normal again. He's normal, so it means that the quizzes do not harm your health except for possibly 2 or 3 years. So that means that we can go back to doing quizzes. And I sat outside trying to get some sun there. Yes, beautiful Los Angeles. And I took a pad and a pen, lucky me, and I wrote down 6 questions. Now, these 6 questions I will answer a week or 2 after the actual show. And I think if anybody can answer at least 4 of these 6 questions, that means that they are a real Pagey fan. So here we go, your starter for 10, as Bamba Gascoigne would have said on the BBC many years ago. Shows how old I am. Question number 1. What was the song? My first top 10 in the Billboard R&B charts. And who was the artist? What's the song? And who was the artist? My first top 10 in the Billboard R&B charts. Number 2. Who was the artist that cut my song One of These Days? That's it, actually. I thought there was more. Anyway, who cut my song One of These Days? And what was the famous band the artist was in? Question 1 and question 2 have addendums. There's a part 1 and a part 2 to question 1 and 2. Very complicated. I'm sure you've got that. Number 2, who was the artist that cut my song One of These Days, and what famous band was the artist in? 3, what major studio did I record various works in London during my early years? That's a good one. Now, number 4, everybody. Number 4. Concentrate, please, at the back. Concentrate. What was the name of the Los Angeles management company I was associated with during my early years in America? That's a good one again. What was the name of the management company I was associated with when I first came to America? And I'm turning the paper here for the last questions 5 and 6. Here we go. What was the title of the song I wrote for Barbra Streisand? And that's it. That's the question. What was the title of the song I wrote for Barbra Streisand? And now for the ultimate question, number 6, for this month's revitalised quiz. This is a good one, actually. Who was the iconic British punk artist I collaborated with in the 1970s? That's baffled you, hasn't it? Who was the iconic British punk artist I collaborated with in the 1970s? I nearly told you the answer because it's written down here as well, but I'm going to leave that to you. There are 6 questions there. 6. If you get 4 right, you are pretty amazing, and I think that will keep you out of the asylums. And I will, on my Facebook page, let you know a week after the show, maybe a bit more, whatever. I will tell you the answers. There we go. The quiz has been revived. Thank you, Joseph. Thank you, Joseph. Now, sometimes, as you know, a song just pops into your head from anywhere. And a song called Compass, released by me, one of my compositions, a demo, on the album Poetry of Collisions Volume 1, released in 2020, track 7. I just heard it in my head, and I thought, I need to remaster this. And what I mean by remastering is bring out the live percussion and the live bass I was playing just before I put that album out. And I think I've got a really good version of it here, so have a listen. Compass.
I may walk down a path unknown. I may wander too far from home. Lose myself on the darkest road. But you will be my compass. I may drift on the desert plain. Stumble blind in the valley of pain. Lose myself in the wilderness. You will be see, I will call your name. Then I know I will find my way. 'Cause you will be my compass, compass. Lead me back where love is laid. You will be my compass, compass. Lead me back to your kiss. You will be my compass. And all the times I was lost without trace, I would always see your face. Then I knew I would find my way. And you will be my compass, compass. Lead me back where love is laid. You will be my compass, compass. Lead me back to your kiss. Lady, will be my compass. You will be my compass, compass. Lead me home where love is laid. You will be my compass, baby. Bring me back to your kiss. Once again, be my compass. You will be my compass, compass. Lead me back where love is laid. You will be my compass, compass. Lead me home to your kiss. Yeah.
That's a song of mine called Compass on an album called The Poetry of Collisions Volume 1, all my demos, and released in 2020. I just heard that song in my head. You know what that's like. You're just walking around, driving a car, doing anything, and that song just pops in. And Compass came to my mind, and I thought, I want to remaster all the live percussion and the live bass I was doing on that track, because that track was done tremendously back in history a long time ago, and then I sort of revised it, brought back the 2-track, and then I played live percussion, live bass and some guitars, and did some vocals again, which is very interesting really, because when you think about it, a mix that is just on 2 tracks, that's what it is. But I thought, let me expand it. So I went down to Guitar Centre, bought some African drums, bought a hi-hat. I thought I'm going to augment the drum programming by playing a live hi-hat. So I was doing piece by piece. That's just me, Mr. Page, playing a bit of hi-hat, a bit of toms, a bit of this, track by track by track by track. Just like the Beatles in Sgt. Pepper days, 4-track. I was just overdubbing on the first 2 tracks, which were recorded a long time ago. And I've always wanted to be a drummer, so it was nice to just have the hi-hat and the odd drums that I could play track by track and build up. And that's a remaster, and I think it shines in the sense that you can hear what the rhythm I was trying to get on a song, which I think has a lot of heart and soul. Lovely to have that sort of African feel beneath a song called Compass. P.S. But if you listen carefully, I can hear now that I sang that with a cold. Yes, a nasally lead vocal. I had a cold. If only we could look at women and men and unsex them and see them the same as equals.
Unsex me.
If only we could look at being gay with acceptance and understanding and tolerance.
Look at me for who I am. Look at me for what I do. Look at me for what I say, for that will be the truth. Look at me for what's inside. Look for truth and then decide. Look at me for who I am, that will be the truth.
Unsex me. Unsex me.
You know it's true.
Unsex me. Unsex me.
You know it's right. Don't judge me for the way I look. Don't judge me for the way I vote. Just look at me for who I am. That must sisterhood, equality for one and all. That will be for good.
Unsex me. Unsex me. Unsex me. Unsex me.
You know it's true. Don't judge me for the way I dress. Don't judge me for the ones I love. Accept me for who I am. That will be enough. For freedom is for one and all. Freedom is for small and tall. Equality is the call. Let it be understood.
Unsex me. Unsex me.
You know it's right.
Unsex me.
You know it's true.
Unsex me.
Unsex me. Now, don't look at me as something odd. Don't look at me profane. Remember they're the words of God. We're all born the same. Don't look at me as something odd. Some profane. Remember here the words of God. We're all born the same.
Unsex me. Unsex me.
You know it's right.
Unsex me. Unsex me.
Unsex me. Look at me for who I am. Look at me for what I do. Look at me for what I say, 'cause that will be the truth. Look at me for what's inside. Look for truth and then decide. Look at me for who I am, for that will be the truth.
Unsex me. Unsex me.
You know it's right.
Unsex me. Unsex me.
You know it's the truth. Now, look at me as your brotherhood. Look at me as your sisterhood. Look at pride for once and all. That will be the truth. Give to me a chance to rise. Give to me a chance to shine. Look at me with open eyes. You may be surprised.
Unsex me. Unsex me.
You know it's true.
Unsex me.
Unsex me.
Unsex me.
You know it's right. Don't look at me as something odd. Don't look at me profane. Remember here the words of God. We're all born the same. Don't look at me as something odd. Don't look at me with disdain. Remember here the words of God. We're all born the same.
Unsex me. Unsex me. Sex me.
You know it's true.
Unsex me. Sex me. Unsex me. Sex me.
Now,
Unsex me. Sex me.
look at me for what I do.
Unsex
Look at
me.
me for what I say, 'cause that will be the truth.
Unsex
Look
me.
at me for
Sex
what's
me.
inside. Look for truth and then decide.
Unsex
Look at
me.
me for
Sex
who I am, 'cause that will be the truth.
Unsex me. Sex me.
Look at me for what I do.
Unsex me.
Look at me for
Sex
what I say,
me.
'cause you may be surprised.
Unsex
Look
me.
at me for what's inside. Look for truth and then decide. Look at me for who I am. That will be the truth.
Unsex me. Unsex me.
Let go, unplug your preconceptions. I let go, unplug. Time to start accepting. Let go, unplug your preconceptions. I let go, unplug. Time to start accepting. I let go, unplug your preconceptions. I let go, unplug. Time to be accepted.
Unsex me. Sex me.
Your preconceptions. I let go,
Sex me.
time to be accepted.
Unsex me. Sex me.
That will be enough.
Unsex me. Sex me.
You know it's right.
Acceptance, compassion, understanding, and tolerance. That's a song called Unsex Me. I'm proud to be in the band King Scatterbox from an EP I released in 2020, King Scatterbox.
Here are true facts about the owl. The owl is a quiet hunter. It has specialized feathers on the front of its wings that reduce turbulence and allow it to fly in relative silence. If silence were loudness, they would be the loudest flying bird. That's a terrible metaphor.
Oh, welcome back, Mr. Owlman. I feel all cosy and warm and fuzzy inside. Nice to have your voice back again after all the years. You were there right at the beginning of all these shows. And thank you, Mr. Owlman, for always educating us and lifting us to a higher level. Now, I'd love to play you a brand new track that I'm working on, knocking about, learning about, and recording at this time. It's a song called Dearest Hope. And I was thinking that hope is the one thing that keeps us really motivated to go on. And I was imagining that hope was a person, an old person that had seen it all, been through it all, was a veteran of the world and has always been there for humanity. But he's left us for a while, or she, or hope itself has left us. And as this song starts, we welcome hope back, walking with a cane, very worn out, but comes back to the person, the town, the village where hope is desired. Just like a Dickens story, hope arrives, tired, worn out, but hope does come back. And we do not want hope to ever leave us again. But hope is exhausted and has been carrying the weight of the world for a very long time. Let me play you this very rough demo. The early days. Lucky to have Trevor Thornton halfway through the song play some incredible live drums. This is a rough. I'm just starting this. This is called Dearest Hope.
Dearest hope, come sit by the fire and rest. You must be tired. Dearest hope, oh how happy we are that you're back in our home. Oh, the winter's been cold. Fear has frozen our bones. It seemed like every day we search for your kind face. Forgive me, dearest friend, please put down your cane and your hat. You're out of breath, oh it must be from carrying the world on your back. When your letter never came, we became so afraid. It seemed like every day we searched for your kind face. Declare there were days when my faith almost broke. Where'd you go? We tried following your footprints in the snow, but we got lost. Oh, the winter's been cold. Fear has frozen our bones. It seemed like every day we searched for your kind, sad face. Dearest hope, warm your hands by the fire. Please say that you'll stay. No, don't go. We can't make it alone. We need you for life's victory. Don't Stay a while. Just stay a while. Just stay a while. Lost victory. Dearest home. Stay a while longer. Stay a while longer.
That's a song I'm working on now. Excuse the rough. Excuse the rough mix. Thank you. I love to play you new stuff, even when it's not finished and it's just being born. So that's a song called Dearest Hope. There's some early lyrics there that speak to me, and I think I can develop on from there. You're out of breath from carrying the world on your back. I thought, yes, if Hope was coming towards your house and he was hobbling, you would say, you're out of breath, but come in by the fire. Stay with me for a while. We need you for life's victories. And I do think that hope is life's victory. I also heard a little line there that triggered me. It said, we tried following your footprints in the snow, but we got lost. And I think that's what happens a lot of times, doesn't it? We want to do the best. We want to follow hope, but we do get lost. Humans, hope, stay for a while. I know what I would follow. It would be this sound of the kettle boiling, because I'm an Englishman, and tea, that makes me live. Just like hope, tea is a life force. Hit it harder. That sounds terrible. There we go. That's better. This is quote of the month. We've eventually got there. And I think it relates to the song Unsex Me and how unfair it has always been for women in the world today and in the past. This comes from Simone Signoret. Montand and I are the same age. While he has experienced my getting old at his side, I have experienced his maturation at my side. That's what people say about men. They mature. Grey locks are called silvery temples. Wrinkles chisel them, whereas they make women ugly. Yes, it's very unfair. Thank you, my loyal OwlHeads. You all look beautiful with your plumes. I had a great time today playing all the songs from the past, the future, and everything else. I have to thank Diane Poncher for telling me all the real things I need to know about You Are the Reason. Thank you, Diane. And Vanessa Levitt. She is the best. And you know my heart. We need to look after all the innocent animals out there. I'll see you again in the Owlsnest. You know I'll be there, Mr. Page. Big love.